What's up guys, Penguin Overlord here, and welcome back to the Ghost Recon Breakpoint Private Beta. So in this video, we're going to join these fine people around the campfire, and crouch. We can't crouch. That's cool. We'll join these fine people around the campfire, and we will talk about the skill tree in this system, which I think is pretty cool. We've got all sorts of different skills, at least available to us in this private beta. There will probably be a ton more when the full game comes out. So yeah, let's get right into it. So, actually, this guy's gonna be... We're just gonna move away a little bit. Let's not disturb these fine people. The music was getting to be a little bit too much. It's a little too loud. But yeah, the gear tree. I was just talking about gear score in the last video. The skill tree. So you've got all your classes out here. You have to unlock them with one sort of skill point. That's all how they'll all be unlocked. So a little disappointing that they can't be available for the beginning of the game, but it's not that big of a deal. There's plenty of ways to get skill points. Actually, let's just talk about that real quick. I've been able to find skill points in bases. I've been able to get them through behemoth drone arenas. They will usually give some skill points, usually 1 or 2. Maybe some will give 3 in later stages of the game. We'll see. But they don't seem to be farmable in the behemoth drone arenas. So if you fight the behemoth drones over and over again, you won't get those skill points again. At least that's how I think this is going to work. Other ways, obviously, if you level up in your experience level, so let me try to pull that up. No, that didn't work. That didn't do it. Okay, experience level right here. So if you gain a level in experience, you'll get 1 skill point. And also, if you rank up your class, you'll usually get 1 skill point. So there's lots of ways to give skill points. This game just pops them out like Tic Tacs, and it's good stuff. So, the classes... Actually, let's talk about that in another video, because we have a lot to cover in this one. So, when you start up, you pick a class, you unlock this skill node right here. There's different nodes in the game. So, what you essentially you've got passive buffs, you've got abilities, and you've got perks. So, 3 different ways... Actually, what's this? Yeah, okay. So that's basically the 3 main categories for abilities in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. And this is cool. I like the perk system. So, let me go to skill tree. Sorry. I'm really indecisive as to where I want to go. Okay, so the perks. You start out with 1 perk slot at the beginning of the game, and you can unlock up to 3 perk slots. So you can have 3 perks going, and what these perks do is that they will give you added bonuses to your character. So I've got 5 unlocked, and I'm currently using the explosives expert, the rolling thunder perk, and the sensor hack perk. So this is my basic anti-drone behemoth drone setup, which I think I mentioned in a previous video. But there's all sorts of different perks that you can get, so let's just go through all of them. So perk slots are here, perk slots are there, so 3. You have to unlock 2 skills in a skill tree to unlock different nodes. So once you do that, you'll be able to unlock these surrounding nodes and the perk slots. So let's get started. So passive, in the basic skills, you've got the experience upgrade, which is a 20% experience bonus, and all of these bonuses and stuff are obviously subject to change when the full game comes out. Parachute, duh, you kind of need that. Night vision, also duh, you kind of need that. And the close and personal perk, which gives you 15% reload speed and 10 mobility. Going off to weapons, you have the pack mule, which gives you a perk that gives you 40% maximum ammo and 10% ammo pickup. So you'll be getting more ammo from enemies and stuff. And this can get pretty ridiculous, especially with the grenade launcher. I think with this perk and another ability equipped that I'm going to share with you in a second. Actually, let's share it now. So maximum ammo gives you 25% maximum ammo. I'm not sure if that counts as a grenade launcher, but you can carry a lot of grenades. I think you can carry like up to 16 grenades in a grenade launcher, which is ridiculous. That's a lot of grenades. And you're going to be using them all, because there's going to be drones that you're going to have to fight, and that's just one of the best weapons to use it. Okay, so you've got the Pistolero perk, which is if you want to John Wick it and use handguns, you will get extra damage and reload speed. Good for Panther classes, which get rid of the suppressor bonus for handguns. So if you want to be the Panther class, and use a handgun a lot, this is a perk you should consider getting. Better dismantle, that's going to be necessary, especially if you want to upgrade the marks on your guns. So at the current time, there's a Mark +1 upgrade, so you can go to Mark 2 and Mark 3. 2 skill points, 4 skill points. They may add more as the game goes on. So once you get 2 basics perks unlocked, we'll just go through all these. So your thermal vision, so you can use that. I haven't unlocked that yet because honestly I haven't really needed that much. If you want to. And there's limited skill points in the beta, so you kind of have to spend them wisely, which I didn't really. Recon Mastery perk, that gives you 10% unique cooldown and plus 40 XP gain when you're marking enemies with your drone, so that's good if you want to recon stuff. Resources detection, that's an ability, so you'll be able to see all the resources on your minimap that you can use to craft stuff. Intel grenade, that's a cool thing to have. Be advised though that if you use this, enemies will generally be alerted because they'll think it's a grenade. That could be a beta bug because in this animation the enemies don't seem to be alerted really, so you kind of just want to be careful when using those. Drone, so recon tree, again, you've got drone range, that's an upgrade for your drone, so kind of a passive ability. Drone speed, drone cooldown, and drone mark area. And then the final, I guess, sort of capstone skill in this tree is the drone visions, which allows you to use the drone's night and thermal vision. So you have to really upgrade your drone in order to get access to night and thermal vision on your drone. So keep that in mind. We've got a sniper tree right here. Rolling Thunder, the perk that I talked about earlier. You've got 20% weapon damage and 20% damage to drones when using a sniper rifle. Lower against raid bosses, but honestly, with the M82 against Behemoth drone, it's pretty damn powerful, so this is a good one to have. The Gunslinger perk, good. This will be really good for assault classes. For every hit, you get more accuracy and handling, so that's cool. Not sure how long this lasts though. Iron Lungs, so you get longer breath control. Awesome if you're a sniper and using the hold breath ability, so you'll be able to hold your breath longer and get that perfect shot. And finally, the perk Ballistic Advantage, that gives you more range and accuracy, so that's cool. Good for snipers if you want to be a sharpshooter. Keep moving along the survival skill tree. We've got stamina regen speed, kind of obvious there. Consumable Rations level 2, so advanced rations, better effects and longer duration, so if you eat one in the field, you'll get better stuff. The Tireless Perk is minus 20% stamina costs, that's cool. Burst Forth, that's a perk, 10% movement speed and 75% stamina regen speed. You're going to be doing a lot of running around, so you may want to consider getting this perk. Specialized item carry, you get +1 in your class item capacity, so that's your gas grenade, your med kit for the field medic, the smoke grenades for the Panther class, and the the sensor launcher for the sharpshooter. Revivalist perk, good for the field medics. You'll get extra movement speed after an ally's downed, and 40% damage resistance. Please excuse me for a minute, I need to yawn and I don't want that to be in the video. Okay, we're back. Technique Accelerant, that's pretty cool, so minus 10% technique cooldown, so your technique recharges faster, so that's cool. Some skills obviously I haven't unlocked. You get another technique accelerant, apparently. I don't know if that's a filler skill or what, but apparently you can get up to 20% technique cooldown, which is cool. Specialized item carrier, another class item capacity, so increasing that. Convoy upgrade. I actually haven't ran into a convoy yet in the private beta. But you get better quality gear and weapons from convoys, so that's cool. Drone Hunter. This is an interesting perk. So if you're running into drones in the base game, you instantly heal back some of your health for you and all of your teammates. So that's a really interesting perk to have. This would probably be best used again in wolf camps or for the Aimon drone arenas, where there's like 2 or potentially even more, depending on how the game takes that. Yeah, this would be a good one to have, especially for field medics. Alright, so the economy tree, we'll go down that. The armory upgrade, which gives you better quality weapons when buying weapons on demand, so you'll have better weapons essentially. Skill credits, passive, you get 10% more. And there's 2 of them, so you can get up to 20% better skill credits. Helicopter sales. So helicopters become available in the shop, so you can buy helicopters from Maria's store, which you normally can't. And with the skill... Oh, this skill credits technique is from kills and in Ghost Wars, so I assume that's not going to be applied to the chests. I haven't bothered to get it to test that. The final capstone vehicle skill in this tree is Weaponized Vehicle, so you can get like heavy and weaponized vehicles like rocket choppers, as in this animation. 3 skill points, so that's pretty cool. The survival skill tree continues on with Mountaineer, which gives you 75% slide control, so less stamina is used when sliding down a hill. That's cool. Consumable Rations level 3, so better rations. Speed Climber, 20% climb speed when going up slopes, so your ghost becomes better. Water Filters, so this allows you to refill your canteen basically anywhere, in swamps and salt water, and it also gives you an additional 2+2 water canteen capacity. So that'll help you recover your stamina in the field a lot. Now going back down, we have the stealth tree, so we've got the perk Sixth Sense, so 25 meters automatic marking, so that marks all enemies in range within 25 meters. It cannot be used in Ghost War, so don't use this in Ghost War. Excuse me, been playing all day, tired. Slim Shadow, this gives you extra stealth, harder to be detected and easier to vanish. Good for Behemoth, the Behemoth drone arenas, I think. Or at least in general gameplay, so that way enemies notice you less. Sensor Hack, this is one of my favorite skills for dealing with the drones and drone arenas. So 10% damage to drones, lower against raid bosses, and 40% drone evasion. So the drones will have a harder time of spotting you. This is pretty much what I use all the time. Basically, this is one of my must-have perks, because we have to worry about the Azrael drones, and the last thing I want is wolves to spot me, and for my minimap to be gone. It's just not a good time. Next up, Sync Shot drones. So you can unlock this for crafting in Maria's shop, otherwise you'd have to go find it in the world. Okay, almost done. Breach Torch, so you can craft it and get it in Maria's shop. Mark II explosives, so there's upgraded versions of C4, frag grenades, and mines, which have improved damage and area of effect, and you can craft them and buy them. Item capacity, +1 to all item capacity except class items and syringes. Explosive expert, this may or may not apply towards the grenade launcher, I'm not sure yet, but 20% items area of effect, so probably not the grenade launcher. 20% explosive damage, which could apply to the grenade launcher, and 40% throw range. Then further in the gadgets tier, we have EMP grenades. so you can buy them and craft them. All levels of EMP grenades. Okay, that's cool. Item capacity, more of that. Drone scavenger, so you get more parts when you destroy a drone. And shop clearance, where consumables are half off always. So forever half off sale for consumables, which is cool. Assault, you've got the gorilla perk, so if you like shotguns in this game, and so far they seem to be better and more useful, especially against drones, for every hit of a shotgun you get 10% damage resistance and 20% health regen speed, so I assume this has a stacking effect. It probably won't make you invincible, but it'll help you out. So if you like shotguns, definitely use this perk. Rocket launcher, you can craft the rocket launcher rockets and buy them in Maria's shop, so that's cool. These don't really seem to do a whole lot of damage against behemoth drones, but they are useful for other things. And of course they take away the behemoth drone's armor, which makes life easier. Adrenaline perk, so you equip this, and after a melee kill, you'll instantly heal back some of your health. Not sure how useful this one's going to be, because if you've lost a bunch of health and you haven't recovered it already, that's probably because enemies are shooting at you, and it's not like you're just going to be able to run up a dude and stab him to death. So, we'll see. Healing pouch, so this gives you an additional syringe capacity, so you can heal your injuries more often. Okay, almost done. Another healing pouch skill, so an additional syringe capacity. Feel no pain, so you get relentless, which means you cannot reach critical injury levels. So with the injury system, you cannot get badly injured. So I presume that means you won't get down to your pistol and only be able to use that. And 25% injury resistance. So that might be useful for going up those wolf camps. Consumable Syringe Mark II. Faster healing, removes some injuries. That's also one ability with the medic class, that the syringe will get rid of some of your injuries. We'll talk about that in another video. And finally, the Twig perk. This is a pretty impressive perk. 30% okay, minus 30% damage resistance. Okay, so you're more likely to get hurt. So that's the downside. Minus 30% health regen delay, so you recover health faster, and 100% health regen speed. So there is a trade-off here. You'll be more vulnerable to damage, but you'll also be able to recover it better. And I'm assuming with some of these other perks, you could boost your damage resistance. Let me see if I can find some of them. Yeah, with the shotgun one, you can do that. And yeah. So that's basically the skill tree in Ghost Recon Breakpoint, at least in the closed beta. I expect more skills to be added to the game, as you could basically, with just a little bit more gameplay, I could pretty much I almost have this whole thing unlocked. Well, actually, I have just a bunch of stuff I don't have unlocked. So there should be a few more skills at the very least when Breakpoint comes out, because this looks to be a pretty big game. So that's it for now. Those are all the skills and perks and abilities in Ghost Recon Breakpoint. I'm Penguin Overlord, and I will catch you all next time. Take care, guys.